Okay. So let's say that's an eventual goal that we have for being able to play the single note exercise. Well, how do you get there? You certainly don't make a big giant leap from where we started before, playing 1 pluck per second, to playing 4 plucks per beat at 100 beats per minute. That's what I was doing there. Well, here's how we get there. We're going to start with the metronome at 60 like we did before, and we're going to play there for a few days, not on video, but we will play there for a few days on your own time, and then what you would do is you would move the metronome to 70 and then find out if you can play at that speed. Now I'm not going to play the whole exercise, but I'm just going to play a few strings. Okay, so you see that it's only slightly faster. Well, if that goes well, then we just simply move on to 80. Now, when you're testing yourself, you need to make sure that you play all the way through the exercise, all the way through this way, all the way through this way, make sure everything is together, the picking directions, fingers, all of that, and it sounds great. Now, what you'll notice is if you've been very diligent in playing at 60 beats per minute and making sure everything is correct, that you'll be able to leap by a number of tens. In other words, we will move to 70, and that will go well. We'll play at 80, and that will go well, and maybe even 90 or 100. Now, sometimes people get kind of hung up around 90 or 100, and so they have to stay there for a while until they get comfortable. Now, a word about that is this. If you try a tempo, let's say you try 100 beats per minute, and you start missing notes, and you start plucking the string in the wrong direction, or you move the finger, but the pick doesn't go with it, and it plucks one string, and your finger is on another string, then that means that you're unable to play that fast. And so you want to back up to 90 beats per minute, or the last tempo at which you sounded great, because you want to practice sounding great. You don't want to practice not sounding great. So that's how we do it. So once you get up to 100 beats per minute and you're comfortable and everything sounds great, it would sound like this. So, what we do at that point is that we move back to 60 beats per minute. And what we're going to do at 60 beats per minute is that we're going to play 2 plucks per beat. So we're going to have 1 pluck on the beat and 1 in between. Now we'll demonstrate that. Oh, hold on a second. All right. So there we are. So once you're able to do that conversion, going from 1 pluck per beat to 2 plucks per beat, then you simply do the same process, moving up about 10 beats per minute and trying that. If that goes well, then you can move up another 10. And you may have to stay for a few days at one particular tempo because you're unable to move to the next tempo and still sound great. And that's okay. That happens. It's just part of the process of learning how to get better and developing the skill. So again, what you would do is you would move up to where you were able to play at 100 beats per minute, plucking twice per beat. And so on, all the way through the exercise. And then you would move it again back to 60 beats per minute and work on playing 4 plucks per beat. So that would sound like this. Get my brain together here. finally making your way up to what I played at the beginning, which was 100 beats per minute and 4 plucks per beat. There you go. Now, while you're doing all of this, you can certainly go on to the next lessons about chords and how to put those together, because this is going to take a few months actually. And I just want you to understand how we go about taking what we've learned so far, using the pick and the proper directions, and plucking through the notes, and fingering through the notes and getting the fingers to move independently, and eventually building up some comfort and some speed there. But it is a bit of a lengthy process, so we certainly don't want to get bogged down here. We want to move on to the chords and get comfortable with those as well. All right, thanks.